Whether you're writing to a younger audience or just feel like you have a lesson more people should know, there are many reasons you might start from a moral. However, there are endless possibilities as to how that moral could be turned into a story. So in this lesson, we're covering how to connect your moral to the 3 core elements to build out an incredible story from there. When we say moral, we're talking about the lesson the story will try to teach us. And as we've covered, this is usually the lesson the protag learns. So a very simple way to start connecting your moral to the 3 core elements is through the need, as this need will often be that lesson. Let's look at an example. In Casablanca, as we covered in an extended lesson, the story is all about the danger of indifference and the need to fight against evil, specifically fascism. Protag Rick learns this lesson throughout the story as he overcomes his flaw of indifference and embraces his need of compassion. So, if we started from the moral of we cannot be indifferent in the fight between good and evil, we could easily find a need, like compassion, that represents it. And that would bring us to the 3 core elements. The trouble is, how do you figure out the story to best complement this need? It'll work well if you already have an idea of a character, a setting, or even a period to fit this lesson into. For example, if our moral was treat others decently, we might reach a need of respect. If we pick a setting that interests us, like a circus for example, then we can begin to ask our questions in the context of that setting. 1. What kind of journey will best illuminate this lesson? And 2, what kind of obstacle can only be overcome after learning this lesson? Maybe a rude and exploitative circus owner is magically forced to spend the day as a badly treated performer in their circus, and they realize how awful they've been. This leads them to change their ways and ultimately saves their circus from disaster as well. The need will always be one of the hardest places to start because it could fit into so many stories. So our suggestion is, if you have a moral already, find a topic that interests you and see if there are any natural fits. This also helps because you'll be interested in the research that goes alongside your writing. This could be pirates, bugs, war, candy, astrology. We're not just going to keep listing things, you get the idea. We'll finish with an example. Let's say our moral is standing up to your oppressors. This could work in a wide variety of stories, but let's say we're interested in writing a dystopian novel. We could start by creating some oppressors and a protag to learn the need of standing up. Maybe these oppressors are so bad they make people fight to the death. So, in order to survive, our protag will need to stand up or be killed. Our need? Resistance. Our goal? Survive a fight to the death. Our antag? The oppressors and the other fighters. What story do we have? The Hunger Games, all built around a need. You should now have a good idea of how to turn a moral into a fleshed out story by using the 3 core elements. And in the next lesson, we're going to cover how to do the same, but by starting with a location.